Hello children, hope you are all doing good. I have seen your homeworks. You did it very well. Very good children. Likewise, do your homework regularly. Okay children. So children, we are learning lesson 3, is it? That is force and pressure. Okay. Children, have you all learnt which I have taught you in the previous classes? So let us write a small test. Okay children. You take your physics note. Put today's date. Mention as test. So the first question. The unit of pressure is dash. The unit of pressure is dash. And then second one. Fluids can also include dash and dash. Fluids can also include dash and dash. And then third one. Dash is the pressure exerted by liquids, that is exerted by fluids on the walls of the containing vessel. Okay, dash is the pressure exerted by fluids on the walls of the containing vessel. Okay, and then fourth one. The circulation of the hot water rises and the cold water sinks are called dash currents. Fourth question. The circulation of hot water rising up and the cold water sinks in water. Cold water sinks is called dash currents. Children, have you all answered the fourth one? And then fifth one. The property of a liquid to contract its free surface area due to intermolecular attractions is called dash. The property of a liquid to contract its free surface area due to intermolecular attractions is called dash. Children, have you all answered? Okay, very good. Keep your notes aside. So in this lesson, at the first we have learnt about kinetic theory of matter. The children, so we have learnt about 6 postulates. Is it? What are 6 postulates? All matter is made up of atoms or molecules. Is it? And then all molecules are in constant motion. That is, it possesses kinetic energy. Okay. And then what is the third postulate? The kinetic energy is proportional to temperature. Okay, directly proportional to temperature. Okay, and then what is the fourth postulate? There is a force of attraction between the molecules of a matter. Okay, what are the forces? The force of adhesion and force of cohesion. Okay, so what does mean by adhesion? Like with unlike. Okay, that is, if you are having a glass of water, means if the water molecules stick to the glass, okay, if the water molecules stick to the glass beaker, means that is called adhesive force. Okay children, and then cohesive force means if that is like with like. Okay, that is the water molecule attracted with another water molecule, mean that is cohesive force. Okay children, and then what is the fifth postulate? There is a intermolecular space. Okay, there is a space between the molecules of the atom. Okay, that is called intermolecular space. And then what is sixth postulate? Intermolecular force of attraction is also there. Okay children, so what we can say, if there is the less intermolecular distance, means it is having more force of attraction. Okay, so we are saying it as vice versa. Okay, if there is more distance, intermolecular distance is more, means it has less intermolecular force of attraction. Okay children, And then we have learnt about the arrangement of solids, liquids and gases, is it? And then surface tension, conduction, convection and then pressure. So what is meant by pressure? Force acting normally per unit area of a surface, okay? Force acting normally per unit area of a surface, that is pressure, is it, children? And then we have learnt about the pressure due to liquids, is it? So in that we have learnt two activities, is it, children? Pressure is directly proportional to the height of the liquid and also liquid exerts lateral pressure. These are all the two activities we have learnt in the previous class, the children. So what about the liquid we have learnt? We have learnt that liquids have definite volume, is it, children? So liquids have definite volume. And what about the shape? Does it have a definite shape? No, it does not have a definite shape, is it, children? It does not have a definite shape, but they occupy the shape of the container, okay? If you are pouring water in a glass, means it will occupy the shape of that glass, okay? Likewise, it occupies the shape of the container you are pouring, okay, children? So in that also it exerts pressure, okay, children? So what is the reason behind the exerting pressure in liquid? Simply if you are saying about the solids, what you can say, it is tightly packed, so it is rigid, is it, children? So but in liquids it is slightly away, is it, children? Comparing to solid, it is loosely packed, is it, children? So what we can say, there is more intermolecular space comparing to solid, so that it can move here and there, okay? It will move here and there. So what will happen if it is moving? Means, so simply we can say it is in continuous motion, as a, children? It is simply in continuous motion. So if it is in motion, means the more I tear in the, what will happen? It will collide, as a, children? It will collide with each and every molecule, as a, children? So what we can say, if it is colliding in the walls, okay, if it is colliding in the walls, or if it is colliding in the base, means it will exert some pressure, okay, children? So that we are saying pressure, okay, pressure is exerting in liquids, okay, children? Suppose if you have a container and if you fill it with water, means what will happen? It will exert pressure in the base of that container, the children. So this is the activity we have learnt in the previous class, the children. So if you are pouring water inside a beaker and if you are covered it with a balloon, means what will happen? That balloon will enlarge, the children, just because of the pressure exerted by the liquid, okay? So in the base also it will exert, the liquid exerts pressure. And see the second image, if you are pouring water in a container having side pipe, okay, in the side if you are covering a balloon, means what will happen? In the side also the balloon will enlarge. What is the reason? It is just because of the liquid exerts pressure in the side walls, okay, children? So we can simply say, because of the particles, the molecules in the liquid moving, it will collide, okay, it will collide with each other and there exerts pressure, okay, there exerts pressure in the base and also in the side walls, okay, children? So children, what is meant by pressure? The force acting normally per unit area of a surface, okay, the force acting normally per unit area of a surface, okay? So pressure equal to force upon area, okay, F upon A, okay? So the SI unit is Newton per meter square or Pascal, okay, Newton per meter square or Pascal, okay, children? So what is meant by pressure? Pressure is the force acting normally per unit area of a surface, okay? Pressure is the force acting normally per unit area of a surface. Children, we can simply say the pressure in a liquid is proportional to height into density of a liquid. Okay, pressure in liquid. Okay, liquid pressure is proportional to height into density. Okay, children. So simply we can say h rho g, that is h means height, rho means density, and g means gravitational force. Okay, gravity, acceleration due to gravity. Okay, children. Simply pressure in liquid equal to h rho g. Okay, h means height, rho means density, and also g means acceleration due to gravity. Okay, children. Pressure is proportional to height into density. Okay, children. So children, in this class, at the first we are going to learn about manometer. Okay, children. So if we want to measure the pressure of the liquid, okay, if we want to measure that how liquid exerts pressure, okay, then we have to use an instrument known as manometer. Okay, children. And we can also measure the pressure exerted by liquid by the instrument manometer. Okay, so a manometer is a device which is used to measure pressure exerted by a liquid. Okay, it is simply used to measure the pressure exerted by a liquid. Okay, children. So for what reason this instrument is used? A manometer. Okay, a manometer is used to measure pressure exerted by a liquid. Okay, children. So let us see what does it consist of. Okay. So children, we can see, we can learn all the parts. Okay, what are all the parts this manometer consists of? Okay, children. So first of all, we have a vertical wooden board. Okay, children, a vertical wooden board. Okay, in which we have this U-shaped tube. Okay, that is the vertical wooden board. Okay, children. And then we have a U-shaped glass tube. That is glass U tube is there, children. So that is the second part it consists of. Okay, and then it has a rubber pipe. Okay, children. See in the left side of that U tube, it is connected with a rubber tube. Can you see that? Okay, that is a rubber tube. Okay, children. And we are attaching a thistle funnel in that rubber tube. Okay, and the rubber tube we are attaching a thistle funnel. Okay, that funnel is also a stretched membrane. Okay, it's stretched rubber membrane. Okay, children. And also here we have got a scale. Okay, in order to show the markings in the side. Okay, we have got a scale in that. Okay. Okay, by using that scale we can find the measure of that pressure exerting. Okay, children. So you can make this in your home also. Is it, children? Very easy procedure. Is it? You should take an U-tube and also you should connect a rubber tube. Okay, rubber pipe, and also we should connect the thistle funnel there. Okay, children. So if you want to find the pressure, liquid pressure in your house means also you can do like this. Okay, children. So what are all the parts? It consists of a vertical wooden board. Okay, it consists of a vertical wooden board, and also it has a glass U tube. Okay, and then it has a rubber pipe. Okay, in your book this rubber pipe is not marked, but there is a rubber pipe there. Okay, can you see? Okay, it is connected to the left side of that U tube. Okay, children. And also in that rubber pipe we are attaching a thistle funnel. Okay, it is a rubber membrane. Okay, it is a stretched rubber membrane, and also it consists of a scale. Okay, by using that scale we can find the amount of pressure exerting. Okay, children. So can you all understood? And then we will learn about the working procedure, okay, of this manometer. Okay, children. So how can we operate this? First of all, we should fill this with a colored liquid. Okay, children. In this we are filling this with a red color liquid. Okay, we can fill this with a mercury. Okay, red color mercury or any liquid with red color. Okay, children. So if you have poured there, means what will happen? The level in each side will be same. Okay, in that U tube the level in each side will be same. So what is the first procedure? First of all, we should fill the U tube with a colored liquid. Okay, we can fill a mercury or any other liquid, but it should be a colored liquid. Okay, and also what is the second condition? The amount of the liquid. Okay, if you have poured, it's not a condition. If you have poured liquid inside the U tube, means what you can see, the amount of liquid in each side will be same. Okay, children. Yeah, see the image. See, we have poured liquid inside that U tube, the children, and then what you can say? What you can see here? The amount of liquid on each side is same. Okay, the amount of liquid on each side is same. The level of liquid is same, the children. Okay, and children, we just filled the colored liquid in that U tube. Okay, while filling, what will happen? The level of water in that U tube, okay, will be same. The children, in both the tubes the level will be same. Okay, and if you just touch, okay, if you just given pressure, okay, or if you just touch that rubber membrane, okay, we have marked the thistle funnel, the children. Okay, if you just touch that, means what will happen? It will exert pressure. Okay, children. Yeah, see this. If you just touch the thistle funnel, okay, if you just touch the rubber membrane, means what will happen? It will exert pressure. Okay, so how can you find that it exerts pressure? There will be the rise in liquid. Okay, there will be the rise in liquid. Okay, so the difference between the two is just the pressure exerted on rubber membrane. Okay, children, so we can record it by using that scale. Okay, we can find the amount of pressure exerted by this liquid. Okay, children, so very easy, the children. So what are all the parts we have learned? So first of all, it consists of a vertical wooden board and also glass U tube and also rubber pipe and also a thistle funnel. Okay, so if you want to find the pressure by using this manometer, means first of all what do you want to do? First of all, we are filling a colored liquid inside that U tube. Okay, we are filling colored liquid inside the U tube. Okay, children, and then if you just poured a colored liquid, means what you can say? The level of liquid in both the tubes of this U tube will be same. Okay, the level will be same. Okay, so that what we can say? If you just touch, okay, if you just touch the rubber membrane, okay, that thistle funnel's rubber membrane, means what you can see? It exerts pressure. Okay, how can you find it exerts pressure? There is the rise in liquid. Okay, there is a rise in liquid in the U tube. So the difference between the two tubes in the two sides of that U tube shows that liquid exerts pressure. Okay, children, by using the scale we can measure the amount of pressure exerted, okay, by this liquid. Okay, children, can you all understood? This is the activity 3, okay, which is given in page number 27. Yeah, take your book, children. Page number 27. Okay, what is the aim? To construct and test a U tube manometer. Okay, to construct and test a U tube manometer. So what are the materials required for this? A glass U tube, okay, and then a wooden board, and then thistle funnel, okay, thin rubber membrane, a rubber tubing, okay, a rubber tube, and a thin wooden scale. Okay, children. So what are all the things we had used here? A vertical wooden board, a glass U tube, and also a rubber tubing, okay, and then a thistle funnel, and then a scale. Okay, children, these are all the things we are using for this activity. Okay, So what we can do? First of all, we are filling a colored liquid inside that U tube. Okay, if you just filled it means what you can see? The liquid in both sides of that both sides of this manometer. Okay, both sides of this manometer will be in the same level. Okay, the level will be same. And then if you just touch the thin rubber membrane of the Thistle funnel means what will happen? The level of this liquid rises up. Okay, so that we can say the liquid exerts pressure. Okay, so how you can find the amount of pressure exerted by this liquid? The reading recorded in that scale. Okay, you can see the scales reading and find the amount of pressure exerted by this liquid. Okay children, this is the activity 3. Okay, so from this we can measure the pressure exerted by the liquid. Okay children, so can you all understand about this manometer? Children, this is activity 4. Okay, take page number 27. Read the aim along with me. To show that liquid pressure is the same at the same depth. Okay, we are going to show that liquid pressure is the same at the same depth. Okay children, so for that we need, in the home also you can do this. Okay, for that we need a water bottle. Okay, simply a water bottle or a beaker. Okay children, we need a water bottle and we need some water and a tape, measuring tape, and also a pin. Okay children, pin or a hook. Okay, we need these things to do this activity. Okay children, simply we are going to measure the distance. Okay, measure the distance from the bottom of that water bottle. Okay children, from that bottom you can measure 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter. Okay, if you are measuring 3 centimeter means from the bottom. Okay, கீழ இருந்து 3 centimeter measure பண்ணி should put all the holes. Okay, measure 3 centimeter and put the hole. Okay, likewise you should put many, okay, several holes. Okay, lot of holes you should put, okay, in a same height, that is 3 centimeter or 2 centimeter. Okay children, okay, எல்லாமே 2 centimeter அப்படினா you should measure 2 centimeter for throughout that bottle. Okay, 4 centimeter, okay, 3 centimeter measure பண்ணி bottom ல இருந்து 3 centimeter measure பண்ணி you should put a hole. Okay, should put accurately. Okay children, and then after that you should pour water inside it. Okay, after pouring water, what you can see, what you can observe, the water starts coming out from the hole. Okay, the water starts coming out from the hole in same distance. Okay children, from that container it will falls, it will come out in a same distance. Okay children, so by observing this, what you can say, the liquid pressure is the same at the same depth. Okay children, at the same depth the liquid pressure will be same. Okay children, can you all understood? And also see this children, liquid seeks its own level. Okay, liquid seeks its own level. Okay, for this we need a irregular shaped containers. Okay children, it is simply a single container. It is having 5 irregular shapes. The children, different shapes. Okay, you are simply pouring water inside it. Okay, it is a single container. Okay children, இது ஒரே கண்டெய்னர் தான், but it is having different shape attached with it. Okay children, so you are pouring water inside it. Okay, so what you can see, what you can observe, the level of water, okay, in this irregular shaped container, the level of water will be even. Okay, the level of water will be even in all the irregular shapes. Okay, shapes irregular, but what we can say, the level of water will be the same in all the shapes. Okay children, you can see for in all the shapes the level is the same. so that we can say the liquid seeks its own level. Okay children, the liquid seeks its own level. Seeks means we can say it find. Okay, liquid find its own level. Okay children, if you just taken any irregular containers means also the pressure, okay, the liquid's pressure seeks its own level. Okay children, it will seeks evenly. Okay, ella container you can see it is spread evenly. The children எல்லாத்துலயும் ஒரே லெவல்ல இருக்கு, அப்படிதானே? So you can see the same level of liquid in each tube. The children, each irregular shapes. So that it is the last characteristics, that is the liquid seeks its own level. Okay children, so what are all the characteristics we have learned? So we have learned some characteristics, the children. So what is the first characteristic? Liquid pressure increases with height. Okay, this one we have learned in activity 1 as a children. Yeah, take page number 26. Have you all taken? For this activity we had used 2 test tubes with both the ends open as a children, and also we had used 2 balloons, is it? So what we did there, we just filled less water in the first test tube and we have filled more water, that is we have filled more height in the next test tube. Okay children, and what you can observe, the balloon you have attached in the bottom, okay, enlarges. Okay children, the balloon bulges. Okay, if you are poured less water in the test tube means what you can observe, the balloon will bulge less. Okay, and if you pour more water means, okay, if you filled with higher height means what you can say, the balloon bulges more. Okay children, so from this we can say liquid pressure increases with the height. Liquid pressure increases with height. Okay, from the first activity we can learn the liquid pressure increases with height. Okay children, and see the second characteristic, liquid pressure is the same in all directions at the same depth. Okay, we have learned this in activity 4. Okay, so I have explained it as a children. So for that we can take a bottle, we can take a water bottle and put holes, okay, in all the sides. Okay, with measuring it. Okay, you should put the hole in a proper height, okay, proper depth. Okay, what you can observe there, if you just pour water inside it means the water will come out in equal distance. Okay children, so we can say the liquid pressure is the same in all the directions. Okay, the liquid pressure is same in all the directions at the same depth. And then the third point, liquid pressure increases with the density. We didn't learn this as a children. Okay, for that I will explain you. Okay, as like the activity 1. Okay, as like the same in activity 1. Okay, we need to take open container. Okay, open container at both the ends, and also we need 2 balloons. Okay children, we need 2 beakers, that is 2 test tubes with which is open in both the ends, and also we need 2 balloons. Okay children, should cover the balloon in the bottom of that test tube. Okay, and then we need to fill 1 test tube with water. Okay, we need to fill 1 test tube with water and the other test tube with sugar solution. Okay children, so what we can say, what we can see there, what we can observe there, what we just filled 1 test tube with water. Okay, 1 test tube with water and the other test tube with sugar solution. Okay children, so what we can observe, do you have any idea? The test tube which we are having sugar solution will bulges more. Okay children, now sugar solution which is a test tube la balloon will bulges more. What is the reason children, do you know? Because density of the sugar solution will be more. Okay, comparing to the water, the density of the sugar solution will be more. So we can say the test tube which is having sugar solution, okay, the balloon, in that balloon will bulges more. Okay children, so that we can say the liquid pressure increases with the density. Okay, sugar solution have high density, so that the pressure is also high. Okay children, and what is the fourth characteristic? Liquids exert lateral pressure. Okay, this activity we have learnt in activity 2. Okay, we have taken a metallic cylinder. Is it children? Metallic cylinder which is open in the sides. Is it children? In that sides we had used the balloon. Is it? So if we have poured water inside, it means what we can observe? The balloon will bulges, which is in the side. Okay, the balloon you have attached in the side will bulge. Okay, so what is the reason? The liquids exert lateral pressure. That is, the liquid exerts pressure on the walls of the container. Okay children, and what is the fifth characteristic? All liquid seeks its own level. Okay, all liquid seeks its own level. What is the example we have learnt? We have learnt a irregular shaped container. The children, if we had poured water inside, it means what you can observe? The liquid, you can observe that the liquid will be in the same level. Okay, in each tube. Okay, the liquid will be the same level on each tube. Okay children, so that we can say all liquid seeks its own level. Okay children, can you all understood? So what are all the characteristics we have learned? Liquid pressure increases with the height. Okay, liquid pressure increases with the height. And what is the second point? Liquid pressure is the same in all directions at the same depth. Okay, liquid pressure is the same in all directions at the same depth. And what is the third characteristic? Liquid pressure increases with density. Okay, liquid pressure increases with the density. So that we have already said liquid pressure is proportional to the density of the liquid. The children, so liquid pressure increases with the density. And what is the fourth point? Liquids exert lateral pressure. Okay, lateral pressure means what? Walls, lateral means side walls of the container. Okay children, so the liquid exerts pressure in the side walls. Okay, and what is the fifth point? All liquid seeks its own level. Okay children, so these are all the characteristics of liquid pressure we have learnt. Okay children, so we have learnt about the pressure. Okay, we have completed the pressure. Okay, up to the characteristics of liquid pressure. Okay children, so I have completed up to page number 28. Okay children, before the Pascal's law. Okay children, we will check the previous day's homework. Okay, this is previous day's homework answers. Okay, check it. The first one, how to calculate pressure. What is the formula, ma? Force upon area, that is Newton per meter square. The children, so force, that is N upon area meter square. Okay, and then second one, what is the unit of measurement for pressure? Pascal. Okay, Pascal, P-A-S-C-A-L, Pascal. Okay, and then third one, when you increase your height underwater, the water pressure on your body increases. Okay children, when you increase your height underwater, the water pressure on your body increases. Okay children, and then fourth one, fluids can also include dash and dash, liquids and gases. Okay, fluids means liquids and gases. Okay, and then fifth one, pressure in solids is due to dash, pressure in solids is due to height. Okay children, pressure in solids is due to height. Okay, and then sixth one, in solids pressure is directed downwards. Okay, downwards is the answer. Okay children, and then seventh one, dash is the pressure exerted by fluids on the walls of the containing vessel. Walls, if the pressure exerted in walls means what we can say, that is lateral pressure. Okay children, and then eighth one, liquid pressure is dash to density of water, directly proportional. Okay, liquid pressure is directly proportional to the density of water. Okay children, so have you all checked your homeworks? If your answers are wrong means correct it children. And then this is your today's homework. Okay, I had given 3 fill in the blanks. You should write it in your notebook. Okay, you should write it in your physics notebook. And then I had given book activity. Okay, in page number 25. Okay, children, so the first question, P equal to dash. Okay, we have learned in the liquids, the children. So pressure equal to dash. Okay, that is we have learned H rho G. So children, likewise we have learned. Okay, that is the answer. Okay, P equal to dash. Okay, and then second one, dash is a device used to measure pressure exerted by a liquid. Okay, dash is a device used to measure pressure exerted by a liquid. And then third one, dash remains the same in all directions at the same depth. Okay, that is the third question. Okay, yeah, take down in your physics notebook. Children, have you all noted the questions? Only 3 questions you should write in the physics notebook. Okay, and then take page number 25. That is in-text questions 1. So children, so that is also your homework. Okay, 5 fill in the blanks there. Okay, you should write the 3 fill in the blanks in your notebook. Okay, and the 5 fill in the blanks in your book, page number 25. Okay, while taking the photo, you should write the test as well as these 2 homeworks. Okay, this fill in the blanks and also the book activity in page number 25. Okay, children, so you should send the test. Should send the notebook which you have written these 3 fill-ups, and also you should take the photo of the book, page number 25. Okay, children, can you all understand? So I have completed up to page number 28. Okay, I have completed up to page number 28 before the Pascal's law. Okay, children, read your book, don't waste your time. Okay, children, so thank you.